not videotaping enough of my other stuff. So, the trans tunnel cracked. No bueno. They don't make aftermarket exact duplicates of, the shifter boot. So, surfing Amazon, found something that works on a Mazda, and I believe it'll cover up my big gaping hole too. Now, idea here is, since this is fiberglass, is to create a bracket on the back side that'll house a couple of nutserts, and then just glue it so that it doesn't, fall off of this. Put this on top. Carpet will lay down, go over this, and then if I want to get fancy, I'll do some sort of, metal bezel on top of the carpet that'll kind of sandwich everything together. So I don't know, we'll see. But so first part, just to build the support bracket on the bottom side. So just some scrap aluminum I had lying around, hopefully, and the nutserts I have, of course, put through some of these holes, not all of the holes. Don't know why. Mazda. So, yeah. Don't know. So it's a rubber. I can feel there's a metal plate on the inside. It's just covered in rubber. So just kind of open up the holes a little bit, which is probably an aluminum plate. There we go. That one's yes, that one no. So that one needs it. Whoa, got a little zealous with that one. All right. Cross fingers and hope that I lined everything up correctly. Looks good. All right. So next, I'm gonna drill out a big old hole. I think this is a crappy Harbor Freight tool set. It's really probably for wood. I'm gonna likely destroy it by doing this, and I don't care. Alright, so I did take this and then just took a marker, shoved it in there. Actually, I don't want that. Wobbled it around. That's roughly center-ish. What I do know, when I sort of eyeball test fitted it, is that the shifter is never going to come in contact with the sides. It actually protrudes out of the tunnel a little bit further than this, and it causes this to kind of pop up a little bit when it's all said and done. It's all good. Woo! All right. In theory, that'll work. Okay. Let's bring it over here. Alright, let's see. Whoa. whatever. Yeah, I don't know how well this is working.
Six and a half hours later.
Finally. Come on. Take it. Okay, pick this up and get the plate mounted, and we're going to install nut certs. It's like a nut and a rivet all in one. If you're not familiar with that. These on. Nice and tight. And then the tool just squishes. Oh. Oh, I'm getting old. Okay. Let's start with. There we go. There we go. Now the arms aren't so far apart. Let's try this again. Here it goes. Do it. Come on, we can do it. Come on. Oh. Oh, there we go. That's as far as it'll squish. Come on. There we go. Yep. All right. That's good. All right, so here's the real test. My micrometer workout. Is it going to line up? Oh, fortunately, there's a little wiggle room in those bolt holes because it looks like it is perfect. Look at that. Nice. Oh. Like that. I want to go like that. Okay. Okay, so I had originally plan to do something like this. This may cause me to come in and grind away a little bit the wall, but that's okay. Oh, it didn't come through on the camera, but this is fiberglass. So what I don't want to do is break it. There we go. Alright, so yeah, it won't come over because I have too much along in there. So back to the trimming board. All the way up there. So I had to really trim it back. I think it'll work. There. Look at that. Look at that. All right. Supports it. Strengthens the fiberglass and covers up that big old ugly hole. I think the final version I will probably RTV underneath this whole thing, and that way I can it'll seal, it'll actually seal to it. All right, so okay, now for the final test fit. Oh, look at that! Look at that! It wants to bounce up a little bit because of this guy, but it's got some flex there. Oh, the bolts here will hold it all down. Yeah. How awesome is that? How awesome is that? Okay, so I wanted this to set up for at least 24 hours before I moved on to the next part. And that's because when I press it down and screw in all the bolts, it's going to apply a fair amount of pressure on wanting to lift it up as it sits down over the shifter. And so I wanted this seal to be good and sealed before I went ahead and stuck it down and sealed it on this. And I want to go ahead and, I mean, most people probably don't seal this at all, but I wanted to go ahead and put a seal on this, and I want to use the opportunity to try something that I've always thought of. Maybe I read it somewhere, I don't know, and that is sort of creating your own gasket by using gasket maker and covering one surface in WD-40 so it doesn't stick to that surface. So I want the gasket to stick to this one and not the body. So we'll put the gasket maker on this one and then put WD-40 everywhere over there and then squish the two together. Now, when you're doing an actual gasket, trying to keep oil in an oil pan or something like that, you want this to set up for an hour before you fully kind of lock it down. And I don't think I want to do that. I think since I want this to really kind of get into all the cracks and crevices of the body, I don't want it to set up any. I want it to really ooze into all the spots. And I think what I'll do is I'll just tighten it down, but not all the way tight, and enough to start to squish everything into place, just not all the way locked down, and let that sit like that to create the gasket, and then come back after 24 hours or so and lift it off, see if it created the gasket. It worked, and then when I put it back down, actually lock tight all the bolts in place, and get it good and snug, so that you're not just created the gasket, but then at the end I've also squished the gasket a little bit. So I don't know, let's see if it works. All right. Just set this off to the side. Get out a WD-40 and let's go to town. Let's cover it all. Don't know how far it's going to ooze out, so we'll clean up the excess at the end, but I want it good and messy. I don't know why I did that. All right, don't mind the stomping of my children upstairs. Ooh. Let's see if I can sit down. Oh. If I can get this on there and in place. Oh, dang. Totally forgot. Also need to lubricate this guy. It helps it slide over the really. Way to go, buddy. All right. There it goes. Ooh. Ooh. Ugh. Doing my best. Okay. That guy is all the way down. And then settles it. Start. So we're gonna just ease it down like that. Okay, so I think for the most part that's gonna work as long as it doesn't stick. We'll find out, and we'll come back in 24 hours or so and pull it all off, see if it actually created the gasket like I hope. All right, let's see if it did it. Oh no. No. All right. That doesn't work. Never mind. And to conclude the shifter boot install, you can see I've got it all wrapped up. Works great. I did find for the stock Dana 20 transfer on the passenger side, this is I think it's an early 80s XJ boot that I found in the junkyard, just pulled off the XJ in the junkyard, and it's not really mounted. I mean, I just pull it out of here and it's just kind of that first wrinkle in it. I just kind of tucked it, and it works. I mean, it's keeping the dust out and ish, but my plan is to twin stick it, so that'll come with a nice, shifters and shifter boot that I'll install at that time. But for now, that's working great. That Dana 20 shifter boot, or the XJ boot, even seems like I could make it work just by trimming a little bit of the rubber and building a backing plate for it, and maybe kind of pinch it in there to get a good seal. But I'm just not going to bother, since likely the next upgrade I do is that twin stick. I'd like to shoot a video on that as well. So anyways, if you have any questions about this, I'll leave a link to the shifter boot on Amazon down in the descriptions, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching.